Welcome. This is week 25 homework solution for IM2. Here we have Tuesday, January 21st. Okay, so we have a bunch of examples here. They're asking us to state the degree, the number of term, the type, and what I mean by type here is based on the number of terms, okay? And then the list of the coefficients. All right, the first one. 4x minus 7, what is the degree here? We don't see it, but there is actually a degree or an exponent above here. There's a 1 here, okay? So the degree here, the highest degree here is 1, okay? The number of terms, there are 2 terms, the 4x and the negative 7. What type? There are 2 terms, so that is 2 would be called a binomial, okay? And a list of coefficients. There is only one. There's only one coefficient here, and it is the number in front of the variable. It would just be 4. 7x wouldn't be considered a coefficient because it is not in front of a variable. Next, we have this long term here. What is the degree? We look at the highest power. The highest power here is this 3. Okay, what about the number of terms? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 terms. What do we call something that has 4 terms? We call it a quadnomial. Quadrinomial. Okay, I think I even spelled it wrong. So there should be an IA. Okay. And list of coefficients. So it is only the numbers in front of the variable. So it would be 3, negative 6, and 10. 2 doesn't count. Alright, yep, 3, negative 6, and 10. Good. Next, what is the degree here? Okay, the degree here is actually 0. Let me explain why. This has no variable next to it. Okay? It's really being multiplied by this x to the 0 power, because remember what x to the 0 power is? X to the 0 power is just 1. Okay? So notice how this is to the third. This is third degree, this is the second degree, this is the first degree, so this has to be the 0 degree. The constant is considered a 0 degree. Okay, this does have an exponent of 1 here, but we're referring, when I'm looking at the degree, you're referring to the the degree of the variable. Okay, so this is why this is considered a 0 degree. Okay, so negative 5 has 0 degrees. Okay, what is the number of terms? 1, just a negative 5. Okay, when it's just one thing, it's called a monomial. And in this case, what is the list of coefficients? There wouldn't be a list of coefficients because there's nothing in front of the variable, because there is no variable here. Okay, next one. What is the degree? The degree is the exponent that is right here, right? So this has the degree of 1. How many terms is this? There are 2 terms. And 2 terms, we call that a binomial. The list of coefficient is the number in front of the variable, which would just be this. Okay? Which is just negative 1/2. Good? Okay. Next, we have 4 to the 4th power plus x squared minus 1. What is the degree? We look at the highest power, which would be this one. So it would be 4. The number of terms. So 1, 2, 3. 3 terms is called a trinomial. What are the coefficients? So we just look what it is in front. Here, there's actually a number 1 in front. Here, there's actually a number 1 in front. We just don't write it though. So it would just be 1 and 1. Okay? Here, this is the bottom part of that chart. What is the degree here? What is the highest degree? It's always recommended. You see how it's x to the squared plus 3 minus x to the 3 cube? It's always better to rewrite it in standard form. What I mean by standard form is that the exponent is decreasing properly. So, take a look. So, it goes from the third power. Do you see it goes from the third power to the second power? There's a missing term here. There is a missing term here. There is the missing 0 to the x, so you should look like this. That's the first term. This is the second term. Okay. There is a missing third term. That is the x. Then you have the plus 3. Okay. It's missing here. So what is the degree here? What is the highest power? 3. The highest exponent? Still 3. The amount of terms? 1, 2, 3. We don't include that missing term here because it's missing. Okay, because there's a 0 in front. Okay, 3 terms. We call that, when they have 3 terms, we call that a trinomial. And the list of coefficients, what is in front of this, which is just a 1, 1. So we would say the coefficient here are 1 and 1. Good? Next, 2x squared plus 7 minus 4. A lot of people will already jump to do something here, but make sure it's in standard form and simplified. We have 7 minus 4. We can simplify that to just be 3. So what is the degree here? The degree is the 2, that is the highest power. How many terms? 1, 2. 2 terms is considered a binomial. And the list of coefficient, the only one is the 2. That is the only thing in front of the variable. Next, here we have a bunch of terms. We want to write it in standard form. That means it is in descending exponent. So what is the highest one? 2x to the 4th power. Then the next one would be minus 8x squared, because that is a squared. Then it goes to 5x. Then it goes to minus 7. What is the highest degree? It would be the 4. Number terms, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms is called quadnomial. And the list of coefficients are 2, negative 8, and 5. Those are the numbers in front of the variable. Next, this one looks complicated. It's really not. You have to simplify. Watch. Do you see the negative 7x plus 7x? Together that becomes 0. Plus 5x minus 5x, that just becomes 0. So it just simplifies to just 10. What is the degree here? Remember, this is just a number. Okay? That is, remember, it's being multiplied by x to the 0 power, and x to the 0 power is just 1. So this is a degree of 0. It's a constant. Okay? The number of term here is just 10. This is a monomial, and the type of monomial is it's a constant. And the list of coefficient doesn't have one because it's just a constant, just a number without a variable. Next, this is ax squared plus bx plus c. Please get used to this. This is the standard form of a quadratic equation. So the degree here is the exponent on top of the x, or the highest degree, which is just 2. What is the number of terms? 1, 2, 3. And what type? This is a trinomial, but specifically, depending on its power, this is called a quadratic. Okay, list of coefficients. We have a and b. Good. C is considered constant. We don't care about that. So there you go. Those are your homework solutions for Tuesday, January 21st.